What do y'all think about this, man? Hey, baby, give some bubble gum in this mother.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to episode 128 of Feed Frank Friday. If you're enjoying this content, please like, share, and subscribe tonight. If you didn't already know, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be... And fam, you best believe that my mind is going to be on my money and my money on my mind. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm so excited these are here in front of me. Gin and Juice by Dre and Snoop was released in February of 2024, February 12th, I believe. They had a post-Super Bowl debut, I believe. Now, one of the reasons I'm very excited is that you can't get this, unfortunately, my Michiganders, here in our great state yet. But, long story short, made a trip recently to Chicago over the weekend, stopped at a Benny's. If you know, you know.
If you know, you know.
I happened to catch these out of the corner of my eye. So this right here we're looking at is the first product out of their new spirits company. I know Snoop Dogg has his own gin. I believe it's Indigo Gin. Indigo. You see what they're doing there. Now for our gin and juice that we're going to be sampling tonight, we've got 4 different flavors. We're going to be sampling citrus, apricot, melon, and finally finishing everything off with passion fruit. Now, I'm told these are made with a dry gin, so they don't contain any sugars. And though I couldn't get a nutrition label out of this, on the package it does say low sugar. But I do know our favorite nutrition fact. Each one of these comes in at 5.9 alcohol by volume. All right, let's dive into this variety pack. DMX.
Let's get it on.
So the very first gin and juice cocktail we're going to try is the citrus. Now, here's what I'm hoping for all of these. First and foremost, I'm hoping they are seltzers. I'm hoping they're carbonated. It is made with an actual spirit, not malt, so it's got that going for it. I'm hoping this flavor profile leans more towards the long drink. I'm shocked that I liked these because I don't like gin. I'm hoping these are them just flavored in different ways. Let's take a look at the can, put them on the glass. It's got the branding, it's got the flavor. I love that every single one of these cans, including the package there, has a parental advisory sticker on it. Explicit content. A double entendre there. And featured on the box and also on the cans is a vehicle. My wife hates when I say vehicle, by the way. She says, why don't you just say car? But you know what? She doesn't watch these, so. Vehicle. Now, it doesn't say outright, but I believe this is an Impala. Maybe? Citrus, rose, and natural flavors. ATM. All thumbs, man. Ooh, I hear it sizzling. So it's carbonated. Thank God. So for the citrus, I feel like I'm picking up on a lime. It must be more than a lime, though, because they would just say lime. Not really getting the rose, but we'll see when I sample. Cheers, fam. Oh, I got the rose. It's giving me a very artificially, like coating on my tongue. The thing it's doing to my taste buds and my tongue reminds me a lot of the Tigo seltzers that we sampled when my wife said,
it tastes like a marker.
Definitely there's some kind of lime, gin, and rose thing that's trying to happen here. Now the good thing is the gin does come through. Now gin is made with juniper berries. Juniper berries are what give gin its pininess. However, some gins incorporate more botanicals into it, and that's what gives it a more flowery gin taste versus the piney taste. Me personally, I tend to lean more into the flowery taste of gin. The nice thing about this is these seem to do that as well. To me, it's not sitting as bright as the long drinks. The long drinks, you drink them, it's almost refreshing. You know, I really think they missed out in naming these. I feel like each can should have had like a Dre or Snoop themed song name. So like citrus could have been Nothing But a Sea Thing.
1, 2, 3 into 4. Snoop Doggy Dogg and Dr. Dre is at the door.
I don't know, this feels like an opportunity lost. Gin and Juice Citrus. Down. Next up, we have the Apricot. I don't believe I've had any type of seltzer that's been apricot flavored, at least not that I can remember. Let's take a look at the can, put them on the glass. So same as the previous can, it's just got a brown 64 Chevy Impala. I don't know. ATM. Ooh, I like this. Apricot, honey, and bergamot. Bergamot.
Is this bergamot I'm getting, Chef?
Yes, it is.
Cheers, fam. Now here the apricot flavor comes through really strong. Just talking now, even after I drank, I can taste the apricot. But it's still leaving me with that very unnatural, very artificial coating in my mouth. Again, with the naming, I feel like apricot could have been drop it apricot, drop it apricot. When the gin's in the juice, ma, drop it apricot, drop it apricot, drop it apricot. Let's get some history on Andre Young and Calvin Brodus. So Dr. Dre, former singer, producer in NWA, exits them, joins Death Row, is introduced to Snoop Dogg through his stepbrother. Anyone happen to know who his stepbrother was?
It was a clear black night, a clear white moon. Warren G was on the streets trying to consume.
The Warren G got a hold of Snoop's demo tape. After Dre heard the demo, he brought Snoop in and they actually recorded a song for the Deep Cover soundtrack.
Yeah, and you don't stop.
Cause it's 187 on an undercover car.
Which was the titular Deep Cover in 1992. Now Dre's debut on Death Row was The Chronic. Came out December 15th of 1992. Frank was 11 and probably shouldn't have been listening to The Chronic by Dr. Dre. Chronic brought us Nothing But a G Thing, which I already sang. Also featured Dre Day. Can really only play so much of that on Beat Frank Friday. It also featured
Hell yeah.
that happened to be the third single off that album. Drop it, apricot. Down. Halfway through, ladies and gentlemen, and we are now moving on to the melon. Or as I think they should have called it, melon was the case that they gave me. I should be in marketing. Let's take a look at the can. Put them on the glass. We got melon, we got the parental advisory again, and now the Chevy Impala. This is a hill I'm gonna die on. For this one, we're looking at watermelon hibiscus. So that's good, another flowery thing to maybe complement the gin. ATM, all thumbs, man. It smells good. They've all smelled really good. Cheers, fam. Too much hibiscus. Too much hibiscus. I'm not trying to be funny, but this tastes like watermelon potpourri. Watermelon potpourri. My initial taste is watermelon, rind, and then it's quickly followed by the hibiscus, but very flowery, just overpowering flowery. This is my overpowering flowery tiger claw. I taste no spirit anymore, just all potpourri all the time. So back to Dre and Snoop. Less than a year later, on November 23rd, 1993, after Jurassic Park has already been to theaters, Doggy Style is released and takes the world by storm. And the very first single off that album,
From the depths of the sea, back to the black Snoop Doggy Dogg, funky at the
Who Am I, in parentheses, What's My Name? Second single off that album was Gin and Juice. And then the third, believe it or not, was Melon. Down. Ladies and gentlemen, we are on to our final beverage of the evening. The Gin and Juice Passion Fruit. Now, we all know how Frank feels about passion fruit. It's starting to get right up there with strawberry. Take a look at the can. Put them on the glass. We got our 64 Chevy Impala, but purple. 64 Chevy Impala. Possibly a drop top, we don't know. ATM, It is leaning a little bit more towards the tarty side of things, so I don't know. Maybe this will surprise me. Cheers, fam. This one and the very first one, the citrus one I sampled, are egregiously abusing the artificial flavorness. It's coating my tongue. We're straight up marker town.
It tastes like a marker.
It smells more tart than it tastes. It's just leaving something that doesn't feel natural. Speaking of not being natural, it shocks me that Lottie Dottie was not a single off of that Doggy Style album. Now, granted, Lottie Dottie was a cover of a Slick Rick song.
Lottie Dottie, we like to party. We don't cause trouble. We don't bother nobody where. Lottie Dottie, we likes to party. We don't cause trouble. We don't bother nobody where.
Anytime I hear Lottie Dottie, I think of my dad. He always loved the line.
I put the bubbles in the tub so I can take a bubble bath.
Just gets him every time. Here's another fun fact for you. And by fun, I mean you're old. Doggy Style is over 30 years old. That's not my fun fact. My fun fact is that Snoop Dogg has never listened to the album Doggy Style top to bottom. Essentially his magnum opus. Is it magnum or magna? Magna opus, magnum opus, I don't know. Is that album, and he's never listened to it front to back. Passion Fruit, Gin and Juice, down. Also, I don't have a fun name for Passion Fruit. And there it is, Gin and Juice by Dre and Snoop, down. Now, the question on everybody's mind, do I recommend this West Coast beverage? I was so excited for these. Party. When it comes to a gin seltzer, the bar has just been set way too high by Long Drink. These were fine, but when it comes to making a recommendation, I always have to ask myself, would I buy these again to drink them? I would not. As always, thanks for watching. Please like, share, subscribe. Tippity tap that notification bell. New episodes every 7 p.m. EST on Fridays. F cubed. Out. Lay down the firm hand. Deuces. Reason I'm saying that, 11-year-old Frank, he's going to buy Doggy Style. He goes to the record store. He brings his mom because he knows he can't buy it by himself. His mom is all ready to buy it for him. The person behind the counter says, "Ma'am, don't you know that this is parental advisory? Are you buying it for you? Or are you buying it for him?" And my mom says, "I'm buying it for him." And then there's this old man who's waiting right behind us, and he goes, "Lay down the firm hand. Don't let him buy that album." And I didn't get to buy that album. And then I ended up being a rapper. Your fault, old man.
What do y'all think about this? Hey, baby, hey, baby, get some bubble gum in this phone.